The new allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, a music producer, is accusing hip-hop mogul of sexually assaulting him and forcing him to have sex with prostitutes. But a lawyer for Combs called the events described in the lawsuit pure fiction. This is now one of several sexual assault lawsuits filed against Combs in recent months, including a lawsuit from the R&B singer Cassie that was settled last year.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Guys, we got to talk about this. There's just simply too much information for me not to cover this. Like, it would be ridiculous of me not to cover this. And I know for anybody I know that a lot of people are just running into my channel. I literally talk about everything because everything is connected. You don't need to know that much about me. Listen, I get it. You just want to hear the stuff. But let me just say, when something has this much information built into it, where literally the entertainment world is collapsing just like the neocon world, you could say, you best believe I'm going to cover it. And so we got Jay Shields, who says, so it seems P Diddy was running an, you already know, style blackmail operation with the help of Clive Davis. I think we have reached a point where I no longer need to tell you. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into it.
The new lawsuit that just dropped against Diddy is massive, and it has photos, it has videos, it names names, and there's so much here that it's never going to fit into a single video. So what we're going to do is first we're going to give Ian Carroll his due respect, because I'm going to use a lot of his video because this is the introductory video to what's going on with Puffy. Now, but actually, before we let Ian finish up, just real quick, let's look at his caption. He says, Diddy lawsuit exposing the situation of the music industry overview video. Okay. Now, and I knew this was going on. This goes back before most of us were born, goes all the way up to intelligence agents. All right. So I have to be careful how far I go. But he also says Cat Williams said everything would come out in 2024. And this sure looks like the first pin has dropped. Let me know what I should do more detail on. So far, we're talking crime scenes. We're talking photo evidence of celebrities like Cuba Gooding Jr. We're talking record label executives. We're talking hidden cameras in every room of the house, getting recordings of celebrities, executives, politicians at parties with celebrities and underage girls, with drinks being spiked, with drugs. This goes all the way back to the murder of Tupac and Biggie. We're talking about the entire rap and hip hop industry and the whole music industry at large.
Mixed with the political industry, because he did tell you that too.
But to be clear, this is just opinions and speculation. These are not statements of fact. When I show sources in the background, like the court case, you should take those for just what they are. I'm not saying that all of this is necessarily real.
And let me go ahead and make my disclaimer too. Free and fair, all free and fair stuff from the internet, opinions, allegedly. No liabilities here, but we also are not dumb.
So what's happened just now is that this man, Rodney Jones, who is a music producer that worked with Sean Combs, who is Diddy, he just filed this lawsuit. And he didn't just file it against Diddy. He filed against the executives at all of the companies associated and against the companies like Universal Music Group. His lawyers claim that he has secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Diddy and his staff and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. It's illegal for lawyers to make these claims if they don't have reasonable belief that this evidence is legitimate and exists. They could get disbarred for making these claims if they're not true. And some of that evidence is present in this lawsuit, like when Diddy allegedly shot a man. And then the LAPD saw that room in the photo, the bathroom with all that blood, and were on the scene for hours and no arrests were made. They went with the explanation that Diddy told his staff to give, which was it was a drive-by shooting. Diddy made it clear that his head of security, Fahim Muhammad, had the power to make people and problems disappear.
Now, he's going to be pointing, anything he's saying, he's pointing to it. I might show you some pictures just so you can see like the type of people who we're talking about.
This guy. And all of Diddy's staff were instructed to contact Mr. Muhammad if they were ever pulled over by the police in Miami or California. Diddy often bragged about having law enforcement under control. Although the deeper you look, the more it looks like people above him and above law enforcement had him under control.
And that's what I was saying earlier to some people on a space, that it looks like people had the law enforcement under control, but Diddy could summon those people and ask them for help so it could look like he had them under control.
We'll go more into these cases in the detailed videos, but now the bigger picture. See, Diddy has been one of the most powerful people in the rap industry ever since the 90s when he founded Bad Boy Records. And he was only 24 when he founded it. He started his career as a non-paid intern at A&R until he was then fired in 1993 when he was 24 and founded his own label, Bad Boy Records, later that year. So how does a 24-year-old found a massive record label on his own? Well, when you dig further, you realize it wasn't on his own. It was with the help of Clive Davis, his mentor. And the further into it all you dig, you realize that Clive Davis came out as gay later on. And there's a lot of rumors that him and Diddy were in a relationship throughout this time. This is going to come up over and over and over just by chance. Clive Davis has been running significant portions of the music industry since our parents were kids listening to music, responsible for artists like Aretha Franklin, Alicia Keys, The Grateful Dead, then later Usher, Outkast, Pink.
But yes, he has been responsible for a lot of these artists. Clive Davis is known. And for real, they're like saying responsible for Alicia Keys. The first name they should have put there was Whitney Houston. I mean, she really gave her whole career to him. Like, she honored that man all while she was alive.
But back in the 60s and 70s, like Janis Joplin, Santana, Aerosmith, Pink Floyd, like, come on, read it. Jones specifically claims that they were trying to groom him to do gay stuff, which has long been the talk of the town in the rap industry by people that aren't with it. Diddy allegedly showed him a tape from a secret recording that he just happened to have of Jones's idol having gay sex with some white guy. And then Diddy apparently told Jones that he had engaged in gay sex with this redacted rapper and that redacted rapper and his idol, Stevie J. And apparently he also promised to make sure that Jones would win Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he did gay stuff on camera. Although, to be clear, he wasn't explicitly saying on camera, but Mr. Jones discovered that Diddy had hidden cameras in every room of his home. I'm going to guess that Diddy didn't learn how to wire a whole house with cameras on his own. Kanye has accused Diddy of being a Fed many times. Diddy's also been accused of ordering the hit on Tupac many times. And when Diddy was asked about this on a podcast, this was his response.
We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking.
When you start digging into allegations of the CIA, the FBI,
I gotta not have certain names. He says it's intelligence agency that starts with M. Now, before we get to that part about it, this is going back to there's a lot of things that are going to get exposed this year, especially with it being a leap year. You know, it's 2024, it's an election year. This is a very serious year. And I would also say that this is a year where you guys need to focus on yourselves, start eating the right foods. Me too. You know, working out, everything, stay strong, keep mentally strong, because this year is no joke. It is no joke. And it's all connected. If anybody's been watching this channel for a long time, you know, I've been saying this for the longest time, that it's all connected. And now the connections are showing themselves, which is really weird to me, but they are showing themselves.
The music industry, you wind up at total rumors like this. Former CIA agent admits agency created gangster rap to fill private prisons by glamorizing criminality. Claims like famous hip-hop lyrics of the legendary hip-hop outfit NWA were even scripted by a team of psychologists and war propagandists inside the CIA.
All allegedly, you know what I mean? Allegedly in our opinion, but it's in the documents. But Ice-T was just talking about that on, I believe, one of the shows. Was it The Daily Show or Bill Maher's show? And for some reason, that wasn't like the biggest deal. And it seems to me like he was getting ahead of it.
According to this former agent. Obviously, these are just totally rumors and conspiracy theories, no truth to this whatsoever. But it leads you to people like Leor Cohen, who might be the most influential person in the last 100 years of music, because he ran Def Jam and made Jay-Z who he is, including Redman, Method Man, DMX, Ja Rule, Ludacris.
All people I used to listen to.
But it doesn't stop with rap music. We got Bon Jovi, Mariah Carey, Shania Twain, Elvis Costello, Ashanti, Nickelback, Slipknot, Sum 41, The Killers, Slayer. But then we've also got his protege, Julie Greenwald, that got elevated through this merger that he brokered and managed the Black Keys, Bruno Mars, Death Cab for Cutie, Jason Mraz, Kid Rock, Lupe Fiasco, Wiz Khalifa. That would be this Julie Greenwald. And then we've got Lucian Grange, the CEO of Universal Music Group. He's the one that is directly implicated and named in this lawsuit. It is alleged that
hold on, and he's the one who signs Kanye's checks. Father God, I'll never forget it. He was like, Lucy Gaines signed my checks. Lucy Gaines signed my checks. I don't own anything. And I remember that he was saying that to Sway when he was like, you don't got the answers, Sway. I remember that. And I remember thinking like, you know, like, who the heck is this Lucy Grange who's signing Kanye checks? Amazing.
Attended these parties with underage girls and with sex workers, and he knew that they were spiking drinks, et cetera, et cetera. But when you're talking about Diddy, you got to also talk about Justin Bieber, who was managed by Scooter Braun, along with Kanye West, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, et cetera. Scooter Braun is a really...
I'm going to leave this man's name out of it. I'm going to kind of skip because this guy, apparently when he hears his name is talked about, they copyright things. I don't have time for this, okay? I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it all the way real with you because I watched Sloan, because I still keep my eye into the pop, you know, the pop scene. I watched Lovely T and I watched Sloan. So Sloan had an issue with this guy, and so I'm just going to kind of skip ahead.
Records that we've shown the people involved in those records already and starting their own. And Tupac was starting to speak out a little bit maybe about the nature of the industry. Diddy was close in the middle of that, and there's a lot of rumors that he ordered the hit on Tupac. Diddy sort of rose to power on the power vacuum of Tupac and Biggie both leaving the scene. And
I remember that too. And they're saying that he put the hit out on Tupac. I remember us talking about that. He probably put the hit out on Biggie. But is it he or is it he above he? Oh, this is so crazy.
He has been manipulating and running a huge portion of the industry from the inside ever since. And this court case directly alleges with lots of evidence that he has been running a sexual blackmail scheme that entire time, promoting artists that would engage in the sexual blackmail scheme. And then...
All right. So not even shocked about that part, because once Cassie started coming out with her court case and everything, I got the papers for that too. We are going into a deep dive in this, and I don't care. Y'all, please hit the like button. And I hate asking, right? But like, I have to find a way to like, bro, like this is the story of the year for now. For now. Like, this is insane. Like, it is. I tried not to pay attention to it because I'm like, you know what? I have other things to do, blah, blah, blah. But then somebody sent me some of this stuff, and you know, they were like, Casey, you have to cover this. So we're going to cover it. We're going to do it all together. We're going to do it together in my way, because we're going to talk about the inconvenient truth. Guys, give me about a week. We're going to start streaming about all of this stuff. You will see the connections, the worldwide connections that I know is going to come out of this case. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.